a couple minutes because of parking situation, so
Yeah.
hang tight. This meeting's gonna be long enough anyway, so just a few more minutes. Yeah. Cash, money, and gift card. Wow.
Holy cow. I was paying attention to a toy auction over the weekend.
How you
I
doing?
collect them.
I'm well, how are you?
I'm doing okay. You know, hanging in.
Diecast construction toys.
Trying not to go crazy with the wind.
I gotta get my
The
shit.
ones that I've got in my
My
collection.
God,
Dries as far as
that just drives me. It just oh, it is, yeah. It just drives me nuts. One of my jobs is to burn our ditch.
Get
And,
here when we
burn
want
our
them.
irrigation ditch, and it's been hard because I mean it's just they keep saying, "No, it's a red flag day, red flag day." I got to do this at some point, so I've been sneaking out in the mornings when it's calm. You know, so don't tell anybody. Just
Josh, however you're speaking right now, that's how we need you to speak for the
Everybody,
meeting.
I'm sorry.
everybody
However you were
Bayfield.
speaking right now, that's how we need you to speak for the meeting. We could hear you in your microphone.
Okay.
Yes.
Nobody can hear this, right? Okay.
Everybody can hear it.
Everybody.
Okay, this is confidential. That's all I want to know.
I
Yeah.
don't have any more
Oh my goodness.
Now everybody knows.
Wow, apparently. We can never hear them.
Oh my God. Is it hot in here or is it me? Jesus. Put my headband on.
There's some serious mud up there in the places over the top of those places where daylight in that ditch. My shoes still have a layer on.
I saw some more people walking on.
Okay, let's see here.
We do have a bench over here.
Yeah, there's a bench over there.
I'm gonna give it another minute, just. Oh. Oh, got you. Okay.
Katie, Flip Wilson?
Yes? No, but it's Luther Vandross. It's his birthday today.
Oh, is that what
He's
that is? I thought it was
deceased.
Flip Wilson.
No.
He knew how to
That
speak into
dates
the
me,
mic.
doesn't it? Yeah,
Speak into the microphone.
yeah.
Dog's birthday today. She's 11.
We need another parking lot, Bayfield.
Yeah, no kidding.
I think we're
Goodness,
running into
more
that
people.
problem because we've not had it this early.
More peeps.
And we had it earlier
Well,
this year,
it's the field, that one field, so we're having to use this field.
that too. More kids.
You have ladies, Kinsey.
Oh.
I was at the front desk the other day while Rachel was talking.
Oh, gosh.
60-year-old had to pay his fine. But his mom said,
Just put everything away. See how muscular you are.
This is more civics.
Yes.
This is this is how town.
Well, it's just like old times. People out here.
No, real
So
people in the
nice.
audience? It's
This is
amazing.
great.
Beth is taking pictures, correct? Her job.
No? We'll see. We'll see.
What do you think?
We tried.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, board ready?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order dated Tuesday, April 20th, 2021. It is 6:34. Roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Here.
Trustee Dallison.
Here?
Trustee Joswick.
This mic is live, right?
Yes.
Okay, here.
Trustee Moreland.
Here.
Trustee Politis. Here. Trustee Cesaro. Mayor Tarkington.
Here.
6 present, 1 absent.
All right, if everybody would stand and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance All right, and at this time, I would like to hand out the awards and recognize some of our fantastic students from Bayfield Elementary from 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. This was our first annual Arbor Day poster contest, and I am so grateful for the participation that we have had on this project, and we're hoping to really grow this in the next coming years. So thank you for being here with us today. It's really nice to see your smiley faces in the boardroom, and I kind of want to hang up your art for the rest of the year because it brings a lot of joy when it gets a little serious in here. But the theme of the contest was Celebrate Trees in Our Community. And I have some awards that I would like to hand out and recognize some of these students. So I'm going to step up front. So we had in our these are the winners over here on this board.
okay.
And these are the rest of the entries. So for our 3rd place in 3rd grade, we have Jacob. Jacob here? We had in the 4th grade category for 3rd place, Lucille. Lucille here? Girl power, I like it. All right, for 5th grade, 3rd place, we have Ember. Is Ember here today? All right, moving on to 2nd place. These are $50 gift certificates. We had 3rd grade, Amelia. Is Amelia here? No? All right, for 4th grade, 2nd place, Allison. Is Allison here?
No, she's not.
Okay. And our 2nd place for 5th grade, Davis. All right, moving on to our 1st place category for 3rd grade, and this is $100 cash. So don't spend it all in one place. That's my advice to you. We have Haven. please remember us next year when we do this again. And you guys are welcome to stay for our meeting, it is quite riveting, or we can.
Thank you all very much. Thank you.
That's great.
Thank you so much.
I always love doing stuff like this.
Absolutely. You can come back here.
People come in
come
and
back here.
stuff. It's just
Totally, yeah.
great. Yeah,
Well, and it gives them a link to something like this, like seeing the people behind the desk and
that's great. Look at this tree.
sounds like this.
I admire the artists. I kind of like the third or second place one. That's kind of nice.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Hi, congrats. Welcome.
That protest was easy.
All right. Moving on, do we have any conflicts of interest that the board would like to announce at this time? Seeing none, I would like to move on to general public input, limited to 10 minutes, 3 minutes per speaker. If we have anyone out there in Zoom land or in the audience that would like to address the board, now's your chance. Nobody's on there? All right. Moving on to the agenda. Did everybody get a chance to look at the agenda? I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda, removing item 6B from the agenda.
So move.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis. Yes. And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor?
All right, moving on to the April 6th, 2021 minutes. Did everybody get a chance to look at those?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion that we approve the April 6th minutes dated 2021.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes?
Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor?
All right, did everybody get a chance to review the April 13th, 2021 minutes?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the April 13th minutes.
I'll second that.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes?
Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor?
All right, moving on to our department reports. We have Becky for Parks and Rec. Do you have anything to add to your report? I do not. Does the board have any questions for Becky? All right, Kathy, do you have anything to add to your report?
Not today, but I'm sure I'll have something in the next time around.
Does the board have any questions for Kathy? All right, moving on. Jennifer, do you have anything to add to your report? No.
It's online, so I don't.
Okay. Guess not. All right, moving on to Katie, town manager.
So, the board came up with goals in October, and I provided those goals and update to those goals to the board and to the town attorney. And so I thought what was really, it was almost fun, is meeting with all the employees and really talking about some things. We came up with some really cool ideas. And really, kind of looking at, the future of meetings and employee. We've been doing employee breakfast. We're gonna probably try employee cookout when it gets a little warmer. So something to look forward to, but come up with some really good ideas as well. As, and I always say it's usually simple things that we can provide or address. So.
I appreciate your doing that. That's a really positive core group building thing.
Thank you.
All right. Moving on to Resolution 484, appointments. Katie.
Yeah, so, last year, we appointed him kind of a list, right after the election. In this case, this resolution would be kind of an annual appointment, list. You, on your biannual, after your election, you'll appoint the judge and the mayor pro tem. Probably also go through some of your, assignments as far as committees. Unless you would like to change that, this is the only annual appointment list that I can find that would be required.
All right, does
I
the
have a
board have any
question.
questions?
Yeah, a question about the judge. How does that work? Does somebody just apply for it and we appoint them, or I really don't understand the process
So as long
there.
as the judge wants to serve, would be considered for appointment. It's still up to the Board of Trustees whether or not they appoint or not.
Okay,
So if you decided, or a judge decided, that they would not like to continue in this position, then we would probably send out an advertisement for an attorney that would like to be a municipal judge.
Okay, and, I mean, do we advertise for that? Even though we have a seating judge, do we have to advertise and say?
As far as I know, the Judge Casey has served for a number of years, so.
Yeah,
And again, pursuant to your code, the municipal judge serves at the pleasure of the Board of Trustees,
okay.
okay? So.
But
that
it's not
decision is subject to your review and your determination. But generally, they have a contract for a year or two or whatever, generally on an annual basis based upon the appropriations.
Okay,
So what you often see municipalities, when they have a vacancy, they do issue an RFP and people will apply.
hmm
So,
Yeah, just out of curiosity, I'm fine, I don't even know the person. Thank God.
he's a good guy.
He is a good guy.
Yeah,
All right, does the board have any further questions? If not, I would entertain a motion to approve Resolution 484.
Madam Mayor, I make a motion that we approve Resolution 484, which has the appointments for town manager, which would be Kathleen Ann Sickles, our finance director, which would be Kathleen Cathcart, our marshal, which would be Joseph McIntyre, town clerk, which would be Kathleen Cathcart, and our town attorney, which would be Michael Goldman.
I'll second that.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes,
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to the financial agenda items. Did everybody get a chance to look at the February 2021 financial statements?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the February 2021 financial statements.
Second?
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
yes,
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to the March 2021 financial statements. Did everyone get a chance to look over those?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve March 2021 financial statements.
Do I have a second?
second,
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
yes,
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to the March 2021 disbursements. Did everyone get a chance to review those? If so, I
Madam
would-
Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to accept the March disbursements as presented.
Second that?
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
yes,
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, at this time, we will open the public hearing for the purpose to hear from staff, the applicant, and the public regarding a comp plan amendment from low residential density to a high residential density. Keep in mind, we will have is Nancy on there?
Nancy's not here yet. I know that she had a Rotary meeting, but she said she was gonna pay attention to this, so we'll, I would like to say that we're going from low density. They would like the comp plan to change to low density. The other way around, low density to high density. This is only a comp plan amendment. This is not an annexation, nor is it approving a tiny home village, or basically it's just a comp plan amendment. The conditions of the planning commission are the same conditions that I've outlined in the document that I've provided for you. At some point later in the process, you will see the annexation and the request for zoning. Comp plan designation and zoning are two completely different items to consider. The comp plan amendment, it is very close to town. They have access to water and sewer, and of course your public works director is here to answer that question. We did have one part of the public that showed up, and their concern was more on the development and annexation.
Nancy's on there, sorry.
Thank you. Go ahead and unmute yourself, Nancy. I was explaining to them the difference between a comp plan designation and zoning.
I don't think she heard you.
Can you hear me? Can you hear us?
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear you.
A little bit.
Yes, we're ready.
Okay, I apologize, I was also at a Ignacio Town Council meeting. Jumping back and forth, so if I say the wrong town, I'm sorry. Let's see, so the issue tonight is a request, for you to ratify the decision of the planning commission, who voted to amend the comprehensive plan, based on a request from Mark and Linda Head, who own 3 parcels of land located at the intersection of County Road 509 and Bayfield Parkway. It's the northeast corner. It's adjacent to town open space land on the west, and it is currently designated low-density residential in the comprehensive plan. Their request is to revise that to high-density residential, to allow them to then seek annexation to the town and zoning. Their intent is to do a tiny home community on the property, but all that, of course, is a few steps down the road. The criteria for annexation says that it needs to be consistent with your comprehensive plan for them to apply for a zoning.
Not Rainbow Road, but the next one.
For
Not
the
Rainbow
zoning
Road,
that
but
would
the
be
next one.
required to do a tiny home park. It's a little complicated for a tiny home park because your code doesn't really address something like that. So it's very likely that should you ratify this, they will submit an annexation for high-density residential with a PUD overlay to allow for the tiny home park. So just the planning commission's criteria was to look at the comprehensive plan and see if the request was consistent with with the recommendations and recommendation 4.2.1 actually specifically mentions tiny home communities and suggests that you work to allow non-traditional housing options such as tiny homes. And then recommendation 5.1 speaks to diversifying housing types to meet the changing needs of the population. And then again speaks to less traditional housing options such as tiny homes. I think I'll keep this brief since the Planning Commission did actually move to approve the comprehensive plan amendment, changing the future land use designation from low-density residential to high-density residential. And see if you have any questions.
We don't have the applicant on, they're not,
No?
okay. Do we have any public comment at this time? Does the board have any questions while we got Nancy here?
I
Makes sense.
wonder, the intersection is already problematic. Adding, upping the density, would that create an issue or a greater hazard up there already, that exists already?
I mean, I think that's down the road,
Uh-huh.
something that will have to be addressed. I mean, and this
Yeah.
is kind of the first step into considering this project at all, so. I don't know if Nancy, you want to address that?
I think you did just fine, actually.
Yeah, and I think that was the public input from a neighbor, their concern, and I said, we're not approving this at this time. This is step one of many to eventually get to this project, so. All right, do we have any other comments, questions? All right, thank you, Nancy. At this time, we will close the public hearing and resume the regular meeting. Moving on to old business. Do we have any general public input pertaining to items 5A through G on the agenda? Seeing none, we'll move on to 5A, the TRC waterline replacement pay request number 10.
Madam Mayor, TRC has submitted an application for $101,463.23. The engineer on this project has reviewed that and approved this. So we're asking for your motion to approve this pay application number 10.
Madam Mayor, I would make a motion that we approve pay app number 10 for $101,463.23 to TRC for our water line replacement project.
I'll second that.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to TRC waterline replacement change order number 5.
This is actually a decrease in the contract. You don't
Wow.
see those very often.
Wow.
But you know what? We got one, so we'll
Hey.
take it. $62,292 is the decrease in the change order. We're looking for your approval of the change order number 5.
Madam Mayor, I would make a motion that we approve change order number 5, which gives us a decrease of $62,292 for a total project cost of $1,929,498.90.
I'll second that.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to the plumber amendment waterline replacement consulting.
So the engineer on the water line replacement project has submitted a request to amend his contract, increase it by $5,000. And this is the project to satisfy the Schroeder Ditch Company and their crossing requirements. As you know, that we've also expended a lot of money in these crossing agreements as well. So I think this is a appropriate cost.
All right, does the board have any other questions or comments?
Madam Mayor, I'd make a motion to approve the amendment number 1 for a $5,000 increase, increasing plumber's contract to 167,
64.
716, excuse me.
I'll second that.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to Fast Track CNL.
So I have not heard back from Kelly Hebert regarding, I've sent her a couple emails, I've not got a response back. I'm sure what really she wants to do is give her employees a key and the code to the secure door and get them in. And unless there's any major changes that they would like to see, I'm asking if you authorize this and any minor changes that they may request in this amendment to 15. And it's kind of a long-term agreement for exchange and use of conduit, interduct, fiber, optic cable, and dark fiber. I typically consider this a CNL, which is a lot easier to say.
All right, does the board have any questions at this time? If not, I would entertain a motion.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the agreement for exchange and use of conduit, interduct, fiber optic cable, and dark fiber, Exhibit 15 amendment, and authorize the town manager to negotiate on any non-critical procedures with General Manager Kelly Hebert.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to our beach professional services amendment.
So I realize that you just considered the first agreement last month. We have a couple issues where I'd like to make sure that just in case we need Beth a couple Fridays or the 5th day of the week, that it still has to be some a significant project that I authorize Beth to spend that 5th day a week in town hall. It's likely probably to get us to the 4th of July. There may, depending on whether we have block parties or depending on where the pandemic is at the time, that may change. I do know that we do have some additional funds that are coming to the town of Bayfield regarding the last American Rescue recovery. I'm going to get the ARM, the ARP or whatever plan incorrect. But also there is funds basically for us to consider. Again, I'm not necessarily thinking we're spending on that, but there are some significant issues. We are changing the 4th of July significantly. We want to make sure we get out the message of what this, this new 4th of July is going to look like.
Does the board have any questions?
Just so the board is aware, I reviewed the PSA amendment and made a number of changes that are primarily grammatical and form, as to form, but not really as to substance. But in the event the trustees do approve this, I think I would appreciate they use the redrafted.
It's actually in the packet.
Yeah, it's in,
Is it?
yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. It's not what I had before me. Thank you.
All right. I would entertain a motion from the board.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve the professional services agreement amendment for Beth Lamberson.
Can I get a second?
Second.
All right. Roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right. Schroeder Ditch Crossing Mountain View, the 2021 project, or 2020.
This is actually
Sorry.
table. This is tabled twice. This is our 3rd edition of this crossing agreement. I went through it. There were a couple minor changes that were made, but other than that, they accepted the fact that it's after the fact and not before the crossing took place. So I'm looking for your motion to approve this crossing agreement.
They're gonna make us take it out if we don't approve it?
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Madam Mayor, I'd make a motion to approve the Schroeder Ditch crossing permit for Mountain View, or, that's supposed to be Mountain View Drive, right?
Yep.
Completed November 2020, and issue a check for $5,000.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black,
A reluctant yes.
trustee Dallison,
Yes.
Yes,
trustee Joswick,
yes.
trustee Moreland,
Yeah.
trustee Politis,
Yes.
and Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor?
All right, moving on to SWSP Substitute Water Supply Plan.
So you may realize that the southwest portion of Colorado is in an extreme drought right now. We had a little relief on Saturday, a little snow, but the engineers and the staff has convinced me that we just need to bring this back because I had brought it before you as that, this is something we were not going to do. I thought it was with the best interest to bring this back to you and say, this is the direction we will go. What this does is use the water that we have in a court case to use this year 2021. It's only on an annual basis, from my understanding. If the court case is successful, then the water would be ours to use in another year. But of course, this has gone on for a while.
Can you explain a little more? Is this a water case that has to do with water rights directly out of the river, or groundwater, or water that's being converted from?
Converted.
This is conversion water.
Yeah,
So it's already storage water.
yeah, so this will allow us with the substitute water plan, to use some additional P4 waters. And, hopefully if we are in an extreme drought, it will buy us some additional time before we actually go on storage and have to pay that additional premium.
Right.
To draw water from the town.
Just out of curiosity, was this run by we have that drought advisory group or whatever they're called?
That is still working, and the advisory group is actually meeting a week from tonight. And so we hopeful to get that finalized and bring that before you in May, one of your meetings in May.
Okay.
All right, so is the goal just to give direction on the plan, or you?
So you don't have to make a motion or approval. I just want to make sure you're aware, unless there's any objection. We're going to continue with the substitute water plan, and I thought it was important not to just go on about it without bringing it before the board.
I think it makes sense.
All right, is the board good moving forward?
Yeah,
Mhm.
I'm good.
Okay, moving on to our new business. Do we have any general public input pertaining to items 6A through F on the agenda? Seeing none. Moving on to our comp plan amendment for Marlin Village.
So we're looking for your approval. She calls it a ratification. It looks like it had to be a public hearing, so I'm assuming it's an approval of the Planning Commission's decision to amend the comp plan to high density. And of course, there are 4 conditions there that are listed.
All right, does the board have any questions? Like I said, this is just kind of the first step of many to consider this project, so.
Madam Mayor, I'd make a motion to approve the request to amend the comp plan for the 3 parcels owned by Mark and Linda Head from low-density residential to higher-density residential with the findings as listed.
Second.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black,
Yes?
trustee Dallison,
Yes.
trustee Joswick,
Yes.
trustee Moreland,
Yes.
trustee Politis,
Yes.
and Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor?
All right, moving on to the Schroeder Ditch Crossing Sossaman 2021 project.
So I have reviewed this, and I am just received this afternoon, the other two contracts for Los Pinos. What I'd really like to do is take a look at all three of them together, so that if we're doing this project, I don't have to look at, 7A for one and 7C for another. I just wanted to compare them and make sure that we're following the same protocol. And then there's some other things they would like to fill in, like the phone number for in situ form. But it's still at your discretion if you decide to go ahead and approve this tonight.
So the
I am so happy to see a crossing agreement before it happens instead of after. But even May will still be before it instead of after.
Yeah, I kind of feel like we should review
So
have
the
a little more time.
recommendation is to table it?
Do option 2. Or excuse
Yeah,
me,
I'm
option 1.
looking for your option number 1 to table
Yeah.
this.
That would be my feeling on it.
Madam Mayor, I would move that we table the Schroeder Crossing Agreement and review all 3 crossing agreements, which is 1 for Schroeder and 2 for Los Pinos, at a future meeting to be determined.
I'll second that.
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to ordinance 458, creating Chapter 15, Article 4 sewer.
So in order to move the Bayfield Sanitation District codes to a new, I want to call article or division, it would be easier to create a new article or division and start to populate that with actually some of the older ordinances that actually are the town of Bayfield's, and then provide some consistency between the water regulation and the sewer regulation, so there's some consistent standards there. Granted, it's not the same type of utility, but there are some consistencies that would assist, especially when there's some conflicts in billing, the way we actually bill as well, and that's probably because it just wasn't picked up. So this is creating a new division within the utility chapter, or a new article within the utility chapter. And it also brings along, and very forcibly, that ordinance 330, which is the enterprise, also is retained as well.
Got any questions from the board?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 458, creating Chapter 15, Article 4 sewer.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, ordinance 459, installation and maintenance responsibilities.
So this basically just lays out the responsibilities, maintenance and responsibilities that we talked about last meeting. This is the first ordinance that would populate that article, and it would be under Division 5. Division 5 in water is actually the cross connection, so there's a good connection between I&I and cross connection, that it isn't, that it is something that we have to regulate. So anyway, this is an ordinance that basically sets out those maintenance and operation responsibilities.
Any questions, comments?
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance 459, installation and maintenance responsibilities.
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Another reluctant yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
Yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, moving on to resolution 485, I&I, the $5 surcharge.
So this is where the sewer hits the road, if you want to call it that. It's a $5 fee. You don't have to adopt this tonight, but we are getting ready for irrigation season. And so it would be optimal to at least to try to take a look at how we're going to budget for this in 2022. I don't necessarily see that we'll be budgeting in 2021, but it will at least give us a way to start putting that program together and collecting the fees. So you will hear from your constituency and your sewer customers.
How does the board feel? I think we kind of spoke about this and came to a decision. I don't know if you guys are ready to move on, but I would be perfectly comfortable adopting this evening if,
Yeah, I'm not crazy about this, I think everybody's pretty much clear on where I am on this, but we can't be letting our sewer get ahead of us. And addressing this I&I is the easiest and most cost-efficient way of addressing this, and sadly, it's gonna cost $5 a month for everybody, but it's, like I said, it's a collective system, and I'm not crazy about some of this, but like I said, we have to have it.
Yeah.
Because if we don't, Southern Utes will make certain we do.
well, and I think it gives us a little time to get the word out, get some notice to
Yeah.
the customers as well. If
Yeah,
we,
I was going to say, I think that we had an option to, adopt this January, and we said, no, we're going to wait. So I think we've waited.
well, if there's no further discussion on it, I would entertain a motion.
If I just may, my packet, again, and it may be old, but it refers to resolution 486 in the packet, but the agenda refers to
Oh.
485. I'm
Oh,
wondering,
yep,
there's been an update.
that is an error.
Oops.
Where?
Yes,
Which is
480
your,
Resolution,
It's
Is it-
485.
The resolution is in error?
Is it 485 or 486?
It's 485.
okay, so it's just wrong in the,
Yes.
on the, okay.
Madam Mayor, I'd like to make a motion to approve Resolution 485, I&I $5 surcharge, June 1, 2021 to May 31, 2026.
second,
All right, any further discussion? Roll call.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
yes,
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
All right, at this time, I would entertain a motion to go into executive session.
so move,
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
If I may-
hold on,
So,
were we
yeah.
supposed to have read all that?
Yeah, I gotta,
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the reason we'd be going in executive session is for purposes of
purchase of property.
property
All right.
and
Right, so-
negotiations.
I'd entertain a motion to go into executive session with the town attorney and the town manager regarding CRS 24-6-401 4E1, determining positions relative to matters that may be subject to negotiations, developing strategy for negotiations, and instructing negotiators. The topic is purchase of property.
So move,
Do I have a second?
Second.
Roll call, please.
Trustee Black.
Yes.
Trustee Dallison.
Yes.
Trustee Joswick.
yes.
Trustee Moreland.
Yes.
Trustee Politis.
Yes.
And Mayor Tarkington.
Yes.
All in favor.
Yeah, everybody
gotta
grab
make
some
sure.
water or
Yeah, thanks.
it's settled in.
Yeah.